Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog Podcast. Yes, as promised last time, we're dealing with part 2 of the Gareth Roberts box set. Now, this story, again based on one of the novels from the Missing Adventure range from Virgin Books, is The English Way of Death. Now, I remember buying this when I used to work in Dillon's the bookstore in Newcastle. It was one of the lovely, kind of odd covers, and I think I still have a copy of it somewhere. This 5-disc limited special edition deluxe premium one has got, well, the interview disc on the back. But that's not what's important, because like me, you're only here for the story. Now, unlike the last story where Tom and Lalla were in a lot of scenes together, this one obeys much more the classic Doctor Who route, where you've got the Doctor and Romana together at the beginning, then the narrative splits in two so you can jump between plot A and plot B. It's tradition, but it's tradition for a reason. A bit of excitement, a bit more plot, switch. A bit of excitement, a bit more plot, switch, and so on. It's classic and it works. You've also got K9, and here getting to be a bit more, well, possessed. Yes, you've got some great performances throughout this entire story. And yes, just like the last one, because it's based on an original novel, novels, by their very nature, have a lot more crammed into them. You've got, 180 pages in order to distract you from what's going on. Things are frenetic, and that amount of story has to portray itself here, has to be on the cards, and that's what you've got. You've got story, plot arc after plot arc after plot, feeling a lot busier than your standard Big Finish story. You can tell that this has been adapted from another source. Things would be different if this was just handed in as a standard script. But in saying that, that does not mean that this is anything better or worse than a standard script. It's just its own creature. The basic plot. Well, let's read. The Doctor, Romana and K9 arrive in 1930s London to return some overdue library books. Yes, again, this has the feel of being set in the Douglas Adams script-edited period. They plan to take a rest after their recent adventures, but Romana detects a distress signal from the future, and the Doctor is attacked by a suffocating green mist. Yes, that's basically it, except of course it's not. There's all sorts going on, and it feels a bit Fu Manchu-y in a kind of 1930s movie kind of a way. Of course, that is a massive oversimplification. Yes, Doctor Who of its time was trying to reduce back on its violence, and on audio you don't have to do any of that. It does work. So I'm going to leave you with this trailer and allow you to hear it in all of its glory, because believe you and me, this range, the novel adaptations, is just going to go from strength to strength and isn't going anywhere. So until next time, when I'll come back and I'll probably be talking about Doctor Who, or perhaps Blake 7, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, The English Way of Death.
Oh, Percy, sweet one, your tales are marvellous, but I wonder how much seasoning you add to the pot.
Harriet, the tale is in the telling. Is anything wrong? Just the bureau fussing, I expect. I'll turn it off.
What the blazes? Is that closed, chap?
Sir, the noise hurts.
Stay down, man.
What was that?
Nothing important.
According to these readings, that's a transmission on a spatio-temporal frequency.
Oh, interesting.
Nobody in this time period can have receivers operating on extratemporaneous wavelengths.
Well, what's happening?
I'm terribly sorry, young lady. I very nearly ran into you.
I fell into the road. I blame the local seismic activity.
Mr. Stackhouse,
Construction of the first project proceeds satisfactorily.
And the second?
Work on the cerebral links continue. More nourishment is needed.
Miss Alostro?
Yeah. Take a look through this on the picture page. There must be no errors.
He appears rather distinctive, especially if he wears that hat.
There you are, Percy, naughty boy.
No, this is against the rules, Harriet. I'll have to destroy it.
One fiddling flying box.
June 1930, Southern England.
Minor tremor noted at 17:47 hours today.
It must have been caused by somebody or something alien to this time continuum.
What the hell?
You're coming with me. Keep back. I don't want to have to kill you.
Well then, don't.
You have completed your examination.
But you can't be serious. You can't want it to actually destroy the world.
Big Finish. We love stories.
You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast, available on RSS, iTunes, Stitcher, Audio Boom and Tumblr. Doctor Who and its associated works are copyright of the BBC. No infringement is intended. You can contact the show, donate, buy merchandise or find out more about my other projects by visiting the Tin Dog Podcast homepage and clicking on the links. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.